Hello guys, welcome back to month 7 with what's this called? The Ghost of 2. We are currently testing out the refueling capabilities, or I should say like the mining and refining capabilities. So we'll see how many days it takes to refuel this thing. 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. Just gotta keep going. $14, kind of a lot. As long as it's under like 100 days, I'll be okay. So, alright, there we go. About 69 days. That's kind of funny. Nice. Now, how long from Kerbin to Jewel orbit? 100. We'll do 115 days alarm. So we're fully fueled, which gives us 4,279 meters per second of delta V. The mission now is to go to Jewel and to save our friends who are stranded on Lathe. We may not even go to Lathe. I think I'll try to go to Lathe. I forget how hard it is to get off Lathe, or I know it's like it's one of the tougher moons, but it's like not. It's like definitely easier than Kerbin. So, all right, let's retract these. Retract these. Stop the ISRU. So it's good to see that the ship can refuel itself. It's always an important thing. Doesn't have like any like scanning capabilities, so the content of our what's it called? Excuse me. The content of our what was I even talking about? Content. I have no idea what I was saying. Usually I just think in my head. I don't actually have to commentate everything out loud. Alright, now we want the moon to be facing. Basically, we want to take advantage of the moon's velocity as much as possible when we do this transfer to Jewel. So we want the moon to be about right here. So let's see. I think we'll do. Should still be able to make it. Actually, I should probably get into orbit first. It's probably what we should have done originally. Or let's warp to a good spot to get to orbit. And then I think we generally want to leave Jewel or the 4 Jewel somewhere between like here and here in our orbit. So we're a little bit late to the transfer window, but should still have plenty of time to get there. Why is our engine not? Okay, it's not even on. That's why. Great. Oh, now we gotta figure out. I think that's the control the best. That is one complaint I have about this design, is that it does not have very good thrust control. Let's see. I believe this is the direction of the horizon. Little nighttime launch. Now we need to get into orbit fairly efficiently, so I think we'll go for about 20 kilometers or 20 kilometers apoapsis. And that rhino's quiet. Excuse me, I'm coming down a little bit with a cough. So, you know, I'm thinking about it. It's gonna be pretty tight transfer to Jewel. the search and burn alone is gonna take like 2,000. The plane changes and everything. But you know, we're smart. We can figure out some good title assists, or I don't know. Maybe these guys will just get stranded in Jewel 2. Would be the worst place to get stranded. I think the ship it's not quite as capable as I was hoping. I think its delta V is just a little bit too low. I think if we had gotten maybe like an extra 1,000 meters per second out of it somehow, we would, you know, be able to do these things in a lot more. Why am I facing that way? Game just glitch, or like crazy? We're like time warping weird. I think this is a bug. You know, do I have quick saves turned on? Yes, I do. Alright. I'm gonna quick save just in case, cause... Or actually, can I make a save? Bug warning. It goes to this one. Okay, hang on. Something weird is going on. The Kraken attacked us. It's like there's a discrepancy between like the physics state and the I'll still check if that is 1.6. Okay, yeah. So it looks like time warping is impossible or something. Alright, let's see if the bug remains. Alright, we're good now. Time to circularize. I'm just gonna eyeball this one. Cough, cough. I hope you're enjoying the episode. I don't know why you wouldn't be. Yep. Mostly just kind of record myself. The missions themselves are pretty impressive. Commentary I wouldn't say as much, but I did try to make some of these like episodes without commentary, and they were kind of boring. So, all right. Now we are in orbit. I don't think we're at the best angle to leave for Jewel, but let me try. See what we could get. That's okay. It's kind of weird, you know, doing a burn from Jewel instead of like curving, but yeah, I think we'll be saving a lot of Delta V because we already got a lot of velocity built up. How's that? 2,000 seems kind of high. Yep. I bet if we wait till we're somewhere over here, we'll get a more favorable burn out of the system. It's almost all our fuel. And we still gotta do a landing after this too. I just remembered. How about Duna? cheaper to go to Duna. I think we might hop our way to Duna instead. Yeah, it's like 300 meters per second. Or how about Dres, actually? That might be asking a lot, but I don't think we've actually been to Dres, so it would be nice to go. We would probably do Dres. Alright. That's it. We're going to Dres. We're doing a Mun hop to Dres. Oh, it's not even that far away. Wonder what Dres to Jewel is like. It's probably good. They probably don't line up very often. Yeah, 6 years. Alright. Time warp time. Yep, you thought we were going to Jewel? Nope, we're going to Dres. Now this should make going to Jewel a lot easier, I think. Because we'll be in a higher orbit. So it'll save us velocity or some delta V we need. And we'll be leaving a relatively small moon, so it should only be down, I don't know, less than 1,000 meters per second delta V. So should give us like what, 3,000 or basically what we have now. We should have basically what we have now, but for the Dres mission or for the Jewel, and we'll have like an easier time getting there. I mean to say, A plus explanation. Planets are, the moon's kind of in an okay spot. Go a little bit further. Alright, burn time. Now, unfortunately, our ascending or descending node is behind us, so what about something more like that? Overshoots it, but is that a collision I just saw? Or I think it's probably with Kerbin, right? No, wait, it's with Dres. Oh, I love fine-tuning orbits. See, right there. What was that? It's like barely even exists. Oh, there we go. Alright, pretty far separation, but I think with some clever maneuvering here and here, I could guess a good approach. So, let's prepare for that burn. And then we should have plenty of time to get to Dres. I think it's like, what, 2 years till Dres about? Yeah, 2 years. Get there, refuel, and then wait like 3 years on that planet for the transfer of the Jewel. And also, because we're doing it this way, excuse me, we'll get like a whole bunch of like money if we're going to Dres, like the world firsts, you know. So the leadership initiative. So we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. Starting our burn a little bit late. I don't think it really matters too much for something like this, but generally the closer you are to the planet, the more precise your burns have to be, like in terms of timing, for them to be efficient and accurate. So commanding this, we got Orbhert and Merski. Or I'm gonna say Orbhert's kind of like the lead guy on this, but Merski's the pilot. So Orbhert, very promising guy. We hired him straight out of the recruitment office, like we did with every single other Kerbin. But he had perfect courage and 0 stupidity, which I think is quite impressive. So I rarely see that. Alright, looks like we've escaped the Mun Sphere of Influence. And after we kind of complete like the whole, you know, Kerbal system, I think we're gonna try to go through this black hole I added to the other star systems. I might have to like hybrid their system around a little bit. It did look kind of like I think the systems themselves are fairly balanced and like capable of stock parts. I'll have to double check that. But the actual distance between star systems in this mod is really high. So I'm gonna have to edit some stuff around. Excuse me. We'll make it more interesting and fun. Now, where are we? Close to our target. Now the actual insertion itself is probably going to be about 1,000 Delta V, I'm guessing. And then probably going to be pretty expensive in the ascending node too. This mission will be close. We're gonna be limping there. Oof, 2,000 for a whole mission. Whatever. Now we just gotta figure out some collisions and stuff. Now I know we're still pretty far away from the nodes, so we can't make it perfect. Oh my god, that's so expensive. This might have been a mistake. That's 1,000. This was a mistake. Can we go home? What's our velocity? 2,000? God, it's such a shame to go home after all this. I think Dres might have been harder than I remembered. Let's see how much it costs to correct up here. Oh, that's like nothing. Ooh, nice. 600 meters per second only for the collision. Right now I'm just lining up the collision with Dres, or the maneuver. What was that? 500,000 kilometers? 800. 137. Since Dres is a smaller planet, it does have... This is a little bit harder to capture. Or, like, hit it. It's got a smaller sphere of influence, you know. But let's see what it costs to circularize. I'm guessing 800. Hopefully not that much, but as long as it's under 1,000, I think we'll be able to circularize and land okay. If not, these guys are definitely stranded. Oh, that's expensive. That was expensive. I could feel that. How much is that? 1,700. Nope. This mission's impossible. Oh, we'll do a flyby. And then that's that. Then these guys are... We'll do a flyby. I think I'll try to get these guys back to Kerbin. Yeah. It was a good attempt, but this ship's just not got the Delta V for it. If it had 1,000 extra meters per second, it'd be better. So I think I'm gonna just try to get these guys home after we do a Dres flyby. And then I'll get these guys home after we do the Dres flyby, and then we'll redesign the ship, the Augustus 3, and we'll try to get to Jewel. It was a good try on the ship, I think. It's just lacking in certain areas. I'll close these first, though. I think if we made it taller, got a little bit more fuel, that might help. So, I think I'll just increase the fuel on this. I think that's the only thing I really need to increase, is just the fuel, but... getting home is probably going to be its own adventure, too. Check these guys out. Green Savior is currently on like a 60-year trip around the sun. Basically lost control of them during a next gravity assist on Jewel, and now they're there. So man, we were not having a lot of luck. I thought I used to be really good at this game, you know, but I've been out of practice a little bit. We got like all sorts of shenanigans going on. Lots of Kerbals dying. Rescue mission is not going very well. But I think with the flyby of Jewel, we should pay for this trip completely. Oh. I think we just had a contract expire on us. That probably cost us a bunch of money. Let me see. That's why we're poor. Ah, yeah, I forgot to eject the Class D system out of the asteroid. That cost us $1 million. Well, we were gonna lose that anyways. Hopefully this world firsts can help us out here. And we'll get the return from a flyby of what's this moon called? Dres. This is another contract that we're about to fail too. Everything else though, I think we have pretty good time. This one we're definitely gonna fail. Yeah, we got a lot of financial commitments we're not really living up to right now. Oh, what was that? It's like our ship, like, that's some weird error. I think the maneuver node got destroyed or something. the game glitching out on me? Yeah, we're having a lot of pretty boring episodes where it's just flybys and months. I don't actually get to go to them. $64. Nah, good enough. I think I'll just do this with the RCS. I guess this too will be more capable. Actually, you know what? If we could get this to curb in orbit and refuel it, we could send up a large refueling tanker that will come with the ship and like extend its range like a fuel tank, basically. Like that's what I think. That's what we need, is a big fuel tank. Alright, let's try to get as close to the surface as we can. 20,000? That'll do. And we'll try to get some science data. Now, getting these guys home is going to be tough. And we need to make money quick before some of our contracts expire. Or we lose money. And we also need to be able to fund, like, you know, other stuff. We could always go into the black hole, but get some easy money there. But I want to get like an A+ crew before we go in. I want to get the system all figured out first. I think Into the Black Hole will be a really interesting challenge, because I've intentionally kind of like kept myself like ignorant about what's through it, just so I can have like a explorer's like mentality, you know, going through. So I haven't like really checked out the system or anything. That's gonna be really fun if we ever get around to it. But we gotta do a lathe rescue mission. We gotta do Elu. I think I want to try to do Moho landing and Eve landing too. So a lot of things we got to do first, or I want to do. Elu shouldn't be too bad. I was planning to do Elu on this mission actually, just to have the feel for it. But we'll get this thing back to Kerbin orbit, refuel it, and send up a refueling tanker, and they'll like push that thing along. Although, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm probably not going to have the Delta V for something like that. Here's the thing, if we have the Delta V for orbital insertion, then we got the Delta V, or, let me rephrase. Oh, we're coming up on Dres, by the way. Let me double check how much it costs to land here, or circularize. Yep, more than our budget. Shame. But world first, right? Yes, world first. Flyby of Dres. So there's an extra 200 or I guess not even 200. Set alarm for periapsis. 4 hours. Come upon Dres quite fast. Where even is it? I think we're coming over the poles, right? So it should be like directly in front of us. Oh, there it is. Well, sorry you don't get to land on it. Oh, we already passed it. Oh, okay. Time warped a little bit fast, but we should build a refueling outpost here. It's actually not. It's kind of terrible for a refueling outpost, honestly, because well, it's hard to get to. It's hard to circularize, and then you're gonna have to wait like here like 6 years for you're gonna have to wait here like 6 years just for the transfers to like line up between it and Joule. So, and it might be longer than 6 years, honestly. It might be like closer to 10 years. I forget exactly what the transfer window timeline is, but yeah, should have brought scientists along on this mission. We'll send one up for I guess it's 3. Alright, let's see if we can get back to Kerbin now. Or let's do a crew report first. And then we'll see if we can get back to Kerbin. And then escape from a flyby moho should also give us some money. Or Dres. And then return from Dres should give us a ton of money. But I don't think it's even a ton. I think it's just an okay amount. How in the world are we gonna get back here? Do burn there, or correct our ascending node. And we just gotta get to aero brake in Kerbin. So if we can aero brake in Kerbin, then we start getting good options. We can lower our periapsis, we can do a little orbital insertion. It's probably gonna be a pretty aggressive aero brake. Or actually no, we should probably have enough just to do regular circularization. Or just like dip our craft into the atmosphere a little bit, aero brake gradually, and then stay in orbit. Now, if we return this craft to the surface, though, we would get, I don't know, like 100,000 or so for returning from flyby Dres. But the problem is we would lose this vehicle. This vehicle's not even really that. That's okay, I guess. Got us this far. So decisions. We could just salvage the vehicle. So also get its money's worth. That's probably gonna be like another, I don't know, 150,000 at least. Probably closer to 200,000. Salvage the vehicle and get the thing. That's like 300 we'd make profit. And then we launch like a better version with a fuel tank that's bigger. I think that might be the play. That also means we have to do a landing though. We do have parachutes, so I should be able to do a landing as long as we have like a couple hundred meters per second delta V for the final descent. Aero braking is a little bit risky though. And that's assuming we can even get back to Kerbin. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Believe me, I hate it more than you do. I just realized I could disable the launch site and the meteors. I don't know why I never did that. It's probably gonna be a couple of years here just trying to get a good encounter with Kerbin though. I mean, like, we're like, what, at least 2 years away from periapsis, so. Oh, Kerbal. How I loathe you. Alright. Time to execute the inclination change maneuver. Still looking pretty decent Delta V though, which I am excited about. I think if I make the vehicle taller, that'll improve it. Although, it probably won't be that significant of an increase in Delta V. If we had like another one of these big fuel tanks, that might be like, what, 400 meters per second extra? I mean, that could actually really help out a lot though. Alright. Great. All circled out. Let's get that maneuver. That's promising. Oh, that was actually super easy. Perfect. That was gonna be like years of waiting for things to align, but I guess we move kind of slowly out here by Dres, so. Now. I think we'll go for a landing. Get some prestige for these guys. Bring them home safely. Or level them up a little bit, you know. Because they've done a MUN landing. And, or a Dres flyby and a MUN landing, so they should at least be level 2. Ooh, 35. That's aggressive. Yeah, I think we'll go with 51 into the atmosphere, because I think we have enough Delta V to circularize pretty easily. We'll have about 1,000 meters per second Delta V by the time we hit, or 900 meters per second Delta V by the time we hit Kerbman's periapsis. Which is very good. So we'll save, I don't know, 300 or so for the landing. That'll give us 600 for circularization, plus where the atmosphere brings, so we could go a little bit high in the atmosphere. Make it a little bit safer for our crew. Almost just execute the burn now instead of with the periapsis. That would have been expensive. And I call it the Augustus too, named after that Roman emperor, Augustus. Been reading up a little bit about him, so that's why it's called Augustus too, but I don't know, Roman names are pretty good. And I forget what Augustus means in Latin, but it's important. Well, let me look that up. It means like, it's like the renowned one or something. I think the title had like 2 meanings. Yeah, it just means like the best, kind of. So execute this final, or second to last burn, or third to last if you include the landing. And we'll be going home. Playing it safe with you guys. Sorry you couldn't get to Jewel, or even land on Dres, but you gotta see Dres for the first guys to do that, so that's pretty impressive. Usually Jeb's the first to everything, so you guys are the first ones to actually be the first that Jeb's not. Or I think Jeb missed some things because he was stranded on doing it for like a couple years. Just like how he's missing Dres. I don't know. You can rewatch all the videos. They're all the lore is in there. Alright. And I think I'll do the final very precise maneuvering with RCS, of course. Yeah, even with the RCS, it's kind of hard to control. 37, 53. Good enough for me. How much is this gonna cost? Oof. We're gonna need the air brake for a lot, actually. I think I'll go even deeper into the atmosphere then. Somewhere around 30. Of course, that little black hole's messing everything up.
Is that 8,000? I think that's a little bit low for us.
Yeah, I'll just mess with it later. Let's go to SOI change. No SOI change, it says. What are you talking about? We're going to Kerman, right? And it's glitching out. Yep, please like, favorite, and subscribe this. Or I don't think you can give it a favorite anymore. Some riveting gameplay. Kerbal Space Program. If you want to conquer the solar system, build ships like this. Look how great of a ship this is. If it was taller, it'd be even better. Or I think we'll increase this a little bit, and we'll increase this a little bit. So we'll kind of just scale all the dimensions. We can only increase it so much because we have thrust limitation concerns. But it is going. Take forever. You know, I think they should have added one more stage of time warp in Kerbal Space Program. I think there's a mod called like Better Time Warp or something. Might download it just for maneuvers like this and big ion engine burns and stuff like that. Because then we can use more ion engines in our craft. And ion engines are very capable. Although we should get bigger ion engines. Probably. Like a mod. It's gotta be like balanced though. I generally prefer stock like Kerbal Space Program, but I would prefer like a higher thrust ion engine, like a Mark II ion engine, a Mark III ion engine, stuff like that. Alright, it still shows us having collision, so alright. Oh yeah, about to enter its SOI. There we go. Alright. We returned from Kerbin. Or, no, we're going to Kerbin. We returned from Dres. And let's lower our periapsis some. I wonder if I could just do this with RCS right now. What do you think? 25 maybe? Oof, 25 is kind of risky. But we have a lot to burn, so. I think we'll go higher. Let's do 33. Alright, that should be good. I know our contract. Oh, okay. That was not that bad. I thought that'd be worse, but we're still solvent. Let's go for a re-entry. Here, go for a re-entry. Hate this cold. So, you know, it's been a good trip. Nothing to shy away from. Well, it is kind of easy, especially for someone like us. But Dres, you know, first time Dres, it's pretty decent. Alright, we've entered the atmosphere. Now, I think we want to be radial out to increase our drag as much as possible. We're already taking on significant heating. Solar panels are usually the first things to go. I did put them on the other side this time. Try to... Oof, we're coming in really hot. We may actually explode. Yep, looks like we're... Oh, those are just solar panels and radiators. As long as the craft stays okay. Oh no! What was that? Okay. Looks like the craft has disintegrated. We still got Merski. Let me check on... Orbhert, I think, is alive somewhere. Yes, here he is. Who to save? I think we'll check on Orbhert. I think the problem is they might go out of load range. Guess this 2 is not slowing down. Orbhert is slowing down. He's on the verge of exploding, though. I think he'll be okay. But Merski, probably not. We do have parachutes, thank God, so. I know I should have had them fly together, but also separating them kind of helps with redundancy. But man, if... Okay. Alright, we're out of load range of Merski. So... Don't know where Merski is. It's probably way over there. It looks like we kind of went much further than the rest of the debris. We can't switch to him because if we switch to him, then this won't be saved. So he's already not saved. So he's probably gonna crash in the terrain and die, even though he could reasonably parachute out. But if we actually go into orbit, we might be able to switch to Merski's craft. Well, it looks like he's gonna hit the atmosphere before we get the chance to do that, or the ground. Should have gone with Merski on this one. Yeah. But we still got some time before we exit the atmosphere, so... If we even exit at all. Yeah, it looks like Merski's gonna die. It's probably him right there. Alright, atmosphere. Good. I guess this 2's ship. Hang on. That's us. Oh, is this Merski? Nope. Oh, I think Merski's dead. That's too bad. But we can still save Orbhert. All he has to do is re-enter and parachute to safety. Oh, lesson learned. Be careful when aero braking. Sole survivor. I don't want to jinx it. Probable survivor. You know, I just realized if we added like the couplers and stuff, we can make like each one of these like little landing pods like its own escape pod, you know. That'd be kind of cool. Building an escape pod starcraft. We built an escape pod into the Joule ship that crashed. It actually saved them, so I think escape pod is definitely something worth pursuing. Alright, slow down. We lost the aerospike engines. Now, this might be... the ballistic coefficient of this is pretty high, I believe. But it was slightly aerodynamic, so we'll have to see if we slow down fast enough. Alright, looks like we're good. Cruising through the upper atmosphere right now, or the lower atmosphere clouds. Alright, let's EVA. Ditch this. Oh, do I not have a parachute? Come on, parachute. Parachute. Alright, don't die. 50 meters per second in the water, but it's okay. We're good. We lived. Thank God. Orbhert, you crazy guy. You're the only thing from the entire mission that came back in one piece. Literally everything else is dead. Oh man, it's crazy. Alright, let's see what our accolades are. That's kind of a successful mission. I think it broke even. Actually, I don't think it did. Almost broke even. Went to Dres, which is cool. Oh, what? We have a parachute? They wouldn't even let me pull the parachute. 5 funds. Oh god, that's nothing. Ah, level 3 engineer though. That was good. Yeah, let's see what our communications say. Oh, new ocean record depth too. So that's something to be proud of. I made an extra 40,000 on that. That probably broke even right there. Yeah, I think we broke even on this mission. Oh, definitely. It was like, what, 500,000? So, 130, it's like, what, 260, 300, 400, and then plus 2 contracts we got paid. 130 for each. Yep. Broke even. Look us up. We're up like 400,000 on that one. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Join us next time to see probably another Orbhert adventure. It'll be interesting, I'll tell you that.